Hello, Mark Crossfield here. Welcome to the Golf Swing Weekly Fix. We're on the new Thursday release date today. So if you're watching this one on the day of release, these videos are now going to be posted on Thursdays rather than Tuesdays. So we've got loads of swings coming at you from people sent through the app. A couple of other things in the show as well, so loads to do. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so first couple of swings here, we're going to see the classic kind of tucking under with the pelvis. So you can see the pelvis pushing forward, tucking under. We see high hands through impact as well, with the club generally pushing heavily out to the right through impact as a rule. Can't obviously see these guys' data from any kind of launch monitors, but these are the patterns I see day in, day out. Again, high hands. Tucking under with the pelvis again from the guy on the left, and then also pushing out to the right and over as they come through, so not really exiting left in any way. So guys, this is a common problem. So we're seeing a downswing where the body wants to move this way, so pelvis wants to tuck under basically and push forwards. That drops the shaft, hands raise as they try to control the face or any kind of delivery through the ball. Generally tends to push the club path quite heavily out to the right, and then to function with that path to hit target, the face generally has to be quite closed to that path to get the ball moving back towards target. If it isn't, you get big blocks, those kind of things. So look, a couple of drills you guys need to really think about doing. First of all, have a go, this is the harder bit, but have a go thinking about your pelvis area. So hit a few shots where you literally almost take all the power out of it, but just feel as you make your downswing like you're just almost moving your hips back into the, say, the car park onto the back side of me here. So hit a few shots where you literally feel like you're just keeping that lower half moving that way on the downswing rather than this temptation to kind of push forward up onto your toes. That sometimes has decent results for people. Ideally, we want to be delivering the club a little bit more neutral, so not so toe-ended down, so we don't want the handle raising up so much. So another good thought is to make a normal backswing, normal downswing, but as you come down to hit the ball, try and feel like your hands are staying quite low and exiting left, rather than raising the handle up and pushing them out to the right before then recovering. That's a hard thought, but can get very good results. The problem with it is very alien to the way they're swinging, so it feels very different is the problem. But literally hit a few shots where you feel like you're exiting low and left with your hands, and that your follow through is much more across your chest rather than out over your shoulder, almost steepening the shaft on the way through. So feel much more like you're following through much further around your body to the left. Will help you deliver that path of club a little bit straighter, and hopefully deliver the club without the handle raising up so high, which will make the face be delivered to the ball in a very awkward fashion. So people think often of opening and closing faces as in open and closing, so twisting the face around the shaft if you like, but you've also got opening and closing just by simply changing the lie. If you are delivering the club with the handle much higher than where it started, then how you're going to know if your face is open or closed moving at those speeds just is beyond me. Very complicated way of hitting the ball. So really think about your pelvis area, turning back out towards the left a little bit more rather than tucking under and pushing forwards to the ball. Also try and feel that you're hitting the ball with the club and your hands and the handle exiting much lower to the left rather than high and out to the right. I think you'll hit some straighter shots. Let me know how you get on. So another swing here. Not too bad of movements going on here. We do see quite a lot of lack of stability down through the left foot. So we see the left foot, the heel really shooting up through impact, then spinning round as a result of that, or as a result of your hips pushing forward a little bit. I think on this one on the downswing, in turn makes that hip or that foot raise up, so similar to the last guys. But what I would like you to try and focus on a little bit more of, just to try and improve your strike, is feeling a lot more stability down through your left foot. So as you make your backswing, you can feel almost that your weight stays 50-50, but on your downswing, try and feel that you are really pushing that left foot into the ground, connecting with the ground and staying very connected with the ground on the left foot as you come through, rather than this temptation to push forward up on that left foot and try and hit it kind of on the move. I mean, I use these kind of stability balls for people to help them get the feel of kind of connecting and getting that lower half a little bit more balanced, to work quite well. You can do things I've talked about in other videos. Take your shoes off and just connect with the ground. Often gives you a bit more feeling of what your feet are doing. You can stand on a golf club. So set yourself onto the golf club. So I've got my balls of my feet pretty much on this golf club, and then as I make my downswing, I'm going to feel really like I'm squishing that left foot shaft, and almost like I'm breaking that shaft as I come down, because you're going to feel that you want to push over that shaft, then turn and hit through the ball. If you're hitting the ball with that lack of stability, you're going to find it very hard to get a repeatable strike. If you're not getting a repeatable strike, you're going to be getting many varied spins, so curvature with the ball, subject to where you're hitting the ball on the face, regardless of any kind of outwinds and open faces to path and closed faces to path, all those kind of numbers. We need to get some consistency in strike. To do that, you've got to have some stability to hit that ball off, and for you, you want to try and find a lot more stability down through that left foot. Let me know how that goes. So quick little posture drill here, or tip. Very deep down in the top of the legs here with our hands, really stuck in that one, makes a swing, tries to make space. Instantly we see on the takeaway, instantly tries to pick up and make space. Want to make that space a little bit more at the beginning. There's lots of good movements in this swing, but I would definitely like to see you just try and focus, very simple, butt end of the club. So butt end of the club, top of your left leg, just try and get it kind of fist and thumbs width. That's not exact, it just gives you kind of an idea of where your hands want to be. You're really buried in down here, you can't really make much of a movement from there, so you pick up, start changing your angles to try and make a functional movement and hit the ball. Simple tip for beginners, good players, whenever you're just testing, take as good a posture as you can, and then just check you've got a bit of room here to move from there. Hopefully you can make some better angles, better movements to get a little bit more consistency of strike, and also help you a little bit more with your club path, hopefully. Sort that posture out. Good swing to have such a simple fault. Get that sorted, get in a mirror, get your friend a video you like you've done, and just check that every now and then to make sure you're not falling into that bad habit of just burying your hands down in the bottom of your legs. Let me know how you get on. Right guys, question coming at you here, if we bring it up. We've got a question about long irons and short irons here coming from YouTube. Hi Mark, first of all I'd like to thank you for your golf tips. They've helped my game tremendously. Thanks for watching. You may have addressed this in an older video, but I tend to have a different swing for my short lot and from my short irons to my long irons. With my short medium irons, I tend to keep my weight slightly forward with a steeper downswing, so I think he means less, so keep his weight more front foot for a steeper downswing. Whereas with my long irons, I tend to swing more like I'm swinging a 3-wood. I hit short medium irons quite well, but my swing doesn't work with my long irons. Am I mistaken by changing my swing for longer irons? This has really plagued my game, thanks Will. Right, Will, let's show you here. Let's bring up GC2 HMT here. I've got a 4-iron in my hands, so I've got my 4-iron. Let me just show you a shot of my 4-iron. I have the ball slightly further forward than I'd play a medium iron. That's my 4-iron strike, not a bad shot, slightly at the bottom of the club, but pretty middly. Angle of attack there was 2.7 down, so I hit 2.7 degrees down with my 4-iron. If I change that up now for my 7-iron here, let's try the same with 7-iron. Ball slightly more centered now, so not as far forward in my stance, so I'm changing my ball position with 7-iron. Not a bad shot at all, slightly high up the club but out the middle. That one I am 6 down, so it's 4 degrees difference. I'm making difference in my ball position from the medium iron to the longer iron. I've played with very good players who can play 4 irons from almost the centre of their stance. They've got enough power to hit down and still get the ball launching. For me, I want only 2 or 3 down with my 4-iron, so I get slightly better launch conditions subject to my swing speed. So you will be swinging these clubs subtly different. If you can feel that 4 degrees, it's a small little margin, you probably can't feel it. It's the ball position for me that's doing it more than anything else. I'm not particularly feeling like I change where my weight goes between the longer iron to the medium iron. I think you'll find it's more the loft. You take the loft off the club, and the thing like the little thing called D-plane, which I've mentioned in other videos, comes into effect. So it affects your spin a little bit more, or your spin axis a little bit more. Which gives you more fade and draw, as you guys would understand. So look up D-plane, you might see a bit of an answer why your longer irons are not working so well as your medium irons to lofted irons. It's the loft, you're taking off, that's punishing you. Go and have a lesson, go and see someone, find out what your numbers actually are. See how you are changing your swing in real terms rather than what you feel like you're changing. How you're changing the numbers between long and short irons to get the real answer. Get on a good launch monitor that can see these things, and you'll get some better answers. Thanks for posting the question. So really the answer is I don't really change my swing, I change my ball position. If that's not enough for you and you're finding your long irons still not working, book yourself in and go and get some help. Thanks for watching. Okay, great little junior swing sent through the apps here. Thanks for sending. Brilliant to see young golfers getting started and getting on the range and hitting some shots. Let's see if we can get a little bit of wrist hinge set for this young player. Quite high hands, wrist not really setting. Like to see a little bit more wrist hinge in there. Try and help you firm up a little bit of pace and get a little bit more of a solid impact position. So we're seeing it's a lot to do. Check the weight of the club. You know, I can't really see what club you're using. With juniors, always try and give them, I know it's hard because they want to use the heavier, bigger clubs. Give them the lightest clubs they can. Often the movements they make are built around the fact that the stick they're using is just too heavy. But for this young player, we're seeing just a big pick up with the hands. I'd like to see you just try and feel like they're getting the club almost pointing a bit more at the target at the top of the backswing. So to do that, just feel like there's a little bit of wrist set. Just actually start getting that club to set. Then on the downswing, that set will gradually come out, hopefully allowing for a little bit more of a neutral impact rather than this kind of dragging the club behind you and elbow giving up kind of impact. But it's a great little swing. Brilliant to see this kind of age golfer on the range practicing. I hope they're having fun. Biggest, most important advice I would give to them is keep it fun and get them enrolled in some classes, get them involved with some pros who are doing some fun classes to get them really enthusiastic about playing golf and taking part in learning and playing with other people. That's one of the biggest things for juniors. So many clubs can kind of not encourage it. Find a club that really encourages junior golf, but just on a technical standpoint, and it's not going to make a world of difference for this young player because she's going to be good if she chooses to be. She's obviously got some level of coordination, which is great. A little bit of wrist set, just feel like she's pointing the club a little bit more at the target rather than up in the sky, and then let it rip like she's doing. She's going to hit lots of good shots and really good to see. Hope that helps. Thanks for sending the video. So we've got another swing here sent through the app. A bit of a wobbly camera. Always try and keep the camera as still as you can, guys. We see a little bit of lack of stability in the right side as you make your backswing. So a slight lateral movement to our left as we watch your right. We see a bit of a Zorro movement going on the club at the top, but that's another day. And then we see zero effort to try and get through with the lower half, where plenty of effort to get through with the upper half. We almost see a spine axis tilt, which is straight up. I would like to see your hips moving much more up into this position on the way through. So we're seeing, I see this quite a lot, we see a backswing where you are really getting the club kind of zorroing off to the right at the top, but like I say, we'll do that, that's a different lesson. Let's get a bit of control about what's going on in relationship between the lower half and the upper half. I want you to make a backswing. At the moment, you're moving slightly laterally that way as you turn quite a lot, which is often why we see the Zorro bit at the top. Then on the downswing, it's all upper body as the hips spin back, which is often going to create quite funky club paths, not so good angle of attacks. I want you to flip your swing around. I want you to feel on the backswing that you almost keep your lower half quite still. I don't mind if your right knee straightens slightly as you turn, or you can keep it flexed, whatever's best for you, but I want you to take the lateral out, that sideward bend. Then on the downswing, get a feeling of really pushing your hips through. Imagine like those old magicians in the old days used to kind of cut the assistant in half or into 3 bits. We want your middle part of you, so your kind of pelvis area, rotating on the backswing, and then on the downswing, I want you to feel like that magician is just pulling your pelvis out from underneath you a lot more, rather than for you, pelvis almost gets pulled that way, upper body pulls this way, which is going to cause some pretty funky club deliveries down to that ball. It's always going to be very hard for you to get the downswing correct if you don't get that order on the backswing a little bit more natural, a little bit more synced up. So backswing, feel like your lower half is calm as you turn your upper half. Take that lateral sway out, identify that lateral sway. I don't mind if your right knee straightens a little bit as long as you don't have the lateral. But then on the downswing, really feel a push off the right foot, get that weight moving forwards. While if you can, keeping your head almost behind the ball, you'll finish in this kind of slightly more curved spine position rather than this way. You will hit the ball considerably better if you just get a feeling of what this half is doing in relationship to this half. Hope that helps. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.